We're back. That's right. We're back to working on a 1968 C-10 in bright white. No, it doesn't look bright white like right now, but that's what we call it. Been a little slow getting some progress done this week, folks. Just a lot of under the dash, up in there stuff. Got a little more hunting to do here in the state of Michigan, and just letting things cure up one step at a time. I don't know. I think it's fun and exciting. But before we get started, I want to thank my new viewers. You guys are wonderful. I mean, I appreciate it more than you'll ever know. I got a bunch of new subscribers. I want to just list their name real quick to tell them thank you. Starting with Reginald. I'm going to call you Reggie if that's okay. We're just a little more relaxed here in the shop. But I can't read my writing. But I had enough of them I couldn't remember this week. So that's kind of cool. We had Robert, Danielle, thank you, ICW, and Sam. And of course, Reggie. So thank you so much for subscribing. I greatly appreciate that. I already said that. All right, let's get started. Finding a little more rot. Now, we're to a point where I don't think I'm going to be surprised anymore. I'll get you in there and show you, but letting things cure up. Here's where we started, or here's where we're going this week. So over here, you guys were here last week when we did this rocker bottom, inner rocker, I think they call them. I was getting ready, and I'm going to grab it while I'm talking. I was getting ready to do the outer rocker. I started sanding on it, cleaning up a little bit of this rust. It's not bad. I mean, some surface rust in there. I'll finish cleaning that up. But for now, I mean, it's not horrible. But I was going to put this on the car right here. That's where it goes. But that'd be kind of cool. It's going to be something to lean on, going to get me heading in the right direction. But I couldn't do it. Only because I hadn't realized or remembered that this pillar, we talked about the pillar. This pillar bottom, I don't know, everything's just dark. You know me and my black paint. But down here, this point here at the end. See the holes in that thing? No, we can't leave that. So I got some rebuilding to do, and what I'm going to do is, cut out some patches, weld down this front, and then I'll cut the inside out, weld in some patches, grind it down, smooth it out. Well, I looked to see if I could buy that. Yeah, you can. I am going to tell you how much. Like, way too much. But it comes I think the first piece you buy comes up past the door hinges. Don't remember. But you can buy one that goes all the way up, the A pillar, all the way to the roof. And that's a classic rot spot. Now that's don't quote me, but it was like $600. So we didn't order one of them. And besides, I don't want to do that much work. If they sold just this bottom right here, I might have bought that. But I don't know. They didn't. So we're done talking about it. Last week, I don't know if I did this on camera or not, so I'll touch up real quick. We got seam seal all down inside that. We glued that together. Well, that was all glues all set up. And I seam sealed this whole thing now that it's set up, because this is where the water comes down this track and drips down. Well, it would go in the floor well right now, but we're going to finish that. Seam sealed a bunch of stuff up, seam sealed the inside of this pocket. I'm going to let that all cure up real good, and then I'm going to tar the inside of this box. I did put seam seal. You can see the color of it right here. Filled in all those little holes with it, letting it cure up good. It's rock solid, folks. The next thing I'm been working on is I'm going to take you off the tripod, so forgive the jiggle, but you got to see this. Up in here, I've been working up in here. So I had to take the fuse box off of it. And we got a lot of cleaning to do on that. Those are all rusty. I want to get that cleaned up real good, because it'll be easier in my hand than it will be for somebody else once I put it together. But up in here, it's still dark in there, even with this light out here. Basically, I'll get you a little more light. This is going to be more work than I wanted, but such is life. You guys are kind of sitting right on the floorboard. First, I noticed that the seal is gone on this vent. And you can see light right through there. It would blow a lot of cold air on your feet if you drove it in the winter. I don't know if you can buy that seal or the whole door or what, but it's something to keep in mind for the future. I'm more concerned with this area right here, where the Well, the foot panel and the firewall meet this. I keep calling it a water box. It's an air box and nothing but water and rust. But you see how rusty it is along that edge. So I got to get in there and clean that real good and put some seam sealer on it, all the way up into the top. And there's some holes up in there I don't like. And naturally, I almost turned that off. I just knew that would happen. Sorry. So naturally, you can't get to that from the outside. You get up in here, and it's all. This is where it's at. It's inside there, and you can't get inside there. So I'll take you on the other side and show you how we're going to tackle this project. All right, got you back on this. On the other side, let me grab my light. On the other side, then I got to take this air box out before I go home. You guys can help me do that on this side up in here. So what we've done is seam sealed. This whole trough right here, tip you up a touch. This whole trough right in here is going to get seam sealed. And that's the same thing we're talking on the other side. It's where this firewall meets the inside of your floor, your foot panel. So that's all rusted out. They don't sell that part. We're not going to cut this all apart and try and make that kind of goofiness. So we're just going to seam seal it really good. We're going to paint it. We're going to tar it. We're going to go on the inside and seam seal it real good from the inside. So it'll be like we did, well, doesn't matter, like we did everywhere else. Just all I can say is just keep seam sealing, folks. The seam sealer isn't the answer to everything necessarily, but when you've got a place that there's nothing else you can do, it's not like doing floor panels. You can just cut a little farther and do more floor panel. It's just not how it's going to work. Those are all folded and bent metal, and just you'd be forever, and that's not what we're doing. I want to try and get this air box out next so I can get up into the top. When I say up in the top, I'm talking about this is that trough underneath your windshield wipers. And where it meets this floor panel is where we're having our rust. You might be able to see. I'm going to walk around there. I think you could see. Up in this area right here. I'll tip you up a touch more. Up in there. Now check it out if you can see. Not sure you can. But the light, you see the light? Can't be having light go through there. So airbox has to come out. And then I'll climb in there and later. Fun stuff, it's all fun. Got to get it done, and it's kind of cool. So let's see if we can get this off. A little noise. I haven't had one of these 68 Peterbilt. Oh, did you see that? I don't know if you've seen that. You've probably seen that. I'm not going to move that. You saw that. If you didn't see it, you should have been looking. Well, I don't know. How's that come out? Do I go on the other side? It's all the bolts from the inside. I don't see any on the outside. Looks like there might be one more down in here. No, I don't know. Like I said, never had one apart. Oh, I see one. I'd like to get that out. I know my head's in the way. We both can't be in here. All right, another screw. It ain't loose yet. I think I got them all. What if I didn't? I think I got them all. Well, I don't know. Let's have at her a little bit. Let's give her some. What do you think? You guys keep an eye on that real quick. I'm over here, over yonder. I'm going to grab me one of these here hammers. Because I think it's just stuck in there. So now, again, more racket. So be a little louder than that. Well, I think it's loose. Feels loose. I don't know. It's one of those I want to. Oh, great. Almost got you. I want to save it, but I don't know what I'm saving it for. Is it moving yet? No, I don't. It might be stuck on there good. I don't know. I thought it'd be fun to get that out in front of you guys, but I'll just have to do it later. Yeah. Because it's, yeah, I have to just tell you about it, I guess. Maybe I have to lower the hoist down a little bit, figure out where those are at. That was supposed to be the fun of the day. I don't really want to give up. And then the next fun we're going to have, I know you guys want to watch this, is doing this rocker. This here's a dandy. See, you can get right through this one. It's not as bad as the other side, but it's pretty bad. I still want to get that air box out. Don't you guys want to see that thing come out of there? I'm afraid that door's going to slam on you. So I'll put you right up close to the truck and see if you guys can watch that air box. I don't know. It's got to come out of there. It can't be much more to it. Can there? Maybe there is. I don't know. You're trying to embarrass me while I'm on camera. I just don't. It could just be glued. And what I mean by that is just some sealer they put. Boy, it feels tougher than just sealer. Look, got my glove. But I got no more screws showing. Not out here anyway. Where else could it be bolted? Can't be. We're going to give her some more. But I might save you guys ears and grab a rubber hammer. All right, you guys keep an eye on that. Tell me if it's coming loose or not. I don't like this. But here we go. Starting to move. I feel it. Yeah, it's just glued in there. You believe that? You know, they didn't have much good glue back then. But whatever they used on that was glued in there pretty good. So it was coming loose from the bottom. So it must come loose. Yeah, you know what that is. Oh, pull the whole darn truck apart. Oh yeah, we're coming now. In case you don't know what that is, that's the smell of my tiny little furry friends. Well, look at there. It looks, now that appears to be on something swiveling over there. Just keep an eye on things for me. I think we got it. We're going to be a lot closer. Boy, smell a mouse. I can't wait till that's over with. What we got going? Up in, oh, I think it's got a, I don't know how to word that. Hook. It just hooks on there. I'll show you with this hammer. It just hooks up in there. I know somebody's like, you're breaking it. Well, if you want it, let me know. I know what you're saying. I don't want it broke. Anyway, I think it just hooks on there. I'm stirring up more of that smell. Maybe this is where the rest of our smell's at. All right, I don't care anymore. It's not going back in there, so what's it matter? I wonder if maybe there's one more screw in it. What do you think? Oh, I think there is. Anybody got any idea what size that would be? I can almost see it. Should have let the truck down, shouldn't I? Sure, my tools are over there. One more bolt. We're going to have that out. We can get a better look at what's going on up in there. Can I do it? I'm not going to do it right in your face. It seems that they snuck a little bolt right in here. Yep, need an extension. Go figure. Do I have one handy? No, but I'll tell you what I can do. Get a longer socket. It's a 3/8 if you're wondering. This is going to be a lot more fun when we start heading more forward than all this backwards. That should be it for backwards. I won't bore you guys. Oh, there it is. With taking this all off. But that insulation's got to come out of there in order to get seam seal up in this top. See the holes up in here? And all those other holes, we'll weld those up because we're going to put a different, like old air, or what's another name they use? Retro air, all that stuff. We'll get one of them. Doesn't matter which one to me. I did an old air and I liked it. But hey, we're cleaning out pretty good. And that's not as bad as we had thought. Looking pretty good. This has to come out. Unfortunately, those buttons that hold it in, I've never been able to save them. I mean, they're old and rotted anyway, so shouldn't try to save them. Oh, the darn door keeps closing on me. And what's even better than banging on stuff, just take a pair of side cutters. Just cut the end of it off. Yeah, it was rotted pretty good anyway. Right here, this one. There's one. This one's already come loose, done come off of there. And there's one on the other side. Let's get it off, and we can get the insulation out. Now, I took the insulation out on the driver's side before you guys came, and it fell apart. Now, don't get me wrong. Excuse me. Don't get me wrong. It's still in good shape as far as the felt goes. Just the adhesive had came loose on it, so I don't think there's any more. Yeah, go figure. I'll push on. I want to get that out and see if we have any hidden rust, and then we'll all have a pretty good idea of how bad it is. Oh, up here by these wires. I didn't plan for that. Now, some of these old plugs on GM were just push in, not like the ones today where they're all locked together and every other darn thing where you can't get them apart. But I think, oh, I didn't see that one. Look here, behind the throttle is a screw. Now, if you're going to work on these old trucks, something I should have told you a long time ago, and I'll tell you today, you need to get a number 3, I think it is, Phillips head. GM used them on these more than once. And if you don't have one, you can't use a regular Phillips head. It'll strip them right out. So a number 3, if you can see here, see how it's kind of flat on the tip? It's a real heavy duty one. Maybe even a number 4, I don't know. But that's what we need for that one screw. So they don't always come out even with the right one because, well, Phillips head is not the greatest. So let's see what we can do. Oh, that just about fell out of there. Are we coming out now? Look, I don't know. This is how it works. Just one step at a time. There we go. Got a couple more little push pins. There is a. Yep, I got you guys. Told you it might happen. But you can still see. This is going to be one of my favorite live, unedited here in Michigan. There we go. Oh, for crying out loud. That stuff just falls apart in there. We're going to get this out yet. No, I don't think we're going to today. No, those wires came out. Because there's... Oh, that's a nice sound. This is a choke cable. Don't you love that? Oh, what's it hooked on? Just the end of it. Somebody took a pair of pliers and wrapped it around something. Well, that's fine. We'll get it out of there. We won't be needing a choke on a LS 6 liter. There it is. Let me come around and get you guys resituated. Now, had I taken that door off of there, we wouldn't have had this problem. Well, I got it out. We did, together. That's us. But you see here, come on. The backing is not completely shot and gone and missing, but it is, somebody put some caulk in there, but it is just 2 parts peeling apart on us. The outer cardboard and the inner cardboard. So I'll take that apart, glue it back together. I'll get some more, touch this part all up, just like I did this other piece sitting here. Get that over on the bench. Pretty clean, pretty decent. less rusty up in this part. A little more rusty over in this part. Here, that part. Yep, can't see, can you? Up in there, that spot. But I'm going to get in there. This is a lot of under dash work. I wanted to bring you guys out and show you what I'm after, what's going on. I'm going to get all this done off camera because this is not good camera angle stuff. You can see some rust in behind here. I'll give it a quick once over and then paint it. Get all my seams sealed up in those corners. We want this thing dry, so that's what we're working on. As far as this two pieces of felt stuff goes, I don't know if you can buy new ones or not. Yeah, that's 1971 c-10 in Spanish gold over there. And the hood I haven't got done. I know. You could probably buy these, but it's not that important. You could take this one I'm going to do, this 2-piece cardboard, this inside one, and re-glue it to this outside one. And then I'll patch up some of these missing spots. This is a fiber insulation. I either will find some from somewhere else in the shop. This piece is it's never going to be seen because it's just for sound deadening. Good thing is it's bone dry because we've had it here in the shop. But I'll definitely get these glued back together. It's some kind of fancy cardboard that has tar in it. You know how much I like tar. So I'll be gluing that back together, and it'll have months to dry. That's what we got going this week. I know. You guys want more to see more fun stuff. Well, fun stuff's coming. It's all going to start getting fun. Redoing this air box right here. All I'm going to do is cut out a piece of metal for that, and we're going to seam seal it on there. Or excuse me, we're going to panel bond it on there. But I'm going to wait and do some of my panel bonds together. Hate to keep wasting tips. The darn tips are $1.50. I know it's only $1.50, but it adds up quick. So that's all we got this week, folks. I appreciate you coming to watch. I appreciate you guys joining. The subscriptions are fantastic. The views are wonderful. A thumbs up doesn't hurt. Don't forget to like and subscribe. There, I said it. And if you guys didn't notice, I'm going to keep you 2 more seconds. I got something fun to tell you. I don't know if everybody's aware, especially the new people coming, but we've been playing a little game in this show. And one of the games we're playing is, try and find this. It is Loctite Orange. It's like high strength supposedly, but you can remove it. It's not permanent. It's in every video, almost. I have forgot a few times. I'm sorry. And if you can't find it, because sometimes I hide it really good, sometimes it's in plain sight. And this doesn't count. It was in the video earlier. I will give a hint in the description. I'll just put the time that it's in the screen. And if you can't find it, go look in the description and there's your hint to find it. So thanks again for everybody, because I can't talk any better today than any other day. We're going to start moving forward and putting things back together. There won't be so much of this just tearing stuff apart and looking at rusty crap. So come next week, I'm going to put a little more into it. We're going to hopefully put this rocker on, panel bond a bunch of things together. I'll have the seam sealing done up there so you guys don't have to be looking up under the dash with me. And we'll be working on the floor panels. And I'll show you how I do those. You've already seen a little bit. So thanks again for coming this week. We'll see you next week. Later. Oh, the other one was how many times it takes me to turn this stinking thing off. For some reason, the button doesn't like to cooperate. Today, it's going to be 1. Sometimes it's 6. All right, here we go. 1.